Ladies and gentlemen, it is again my pleasure to introduce to you our new consul for the state of Connecticut, Darka Barcikowski. Darka, your turn.
Thank you for your kind words and warm introduction, Mr. Ambassador. And if you ever need the Polish honorary consul of Connecticut to double as an honorary consul of the Bahamas, please keep me in mind. Your Excellency, Ambassador Wilczek, Congresswoman Esti, esteemed guests, family, and friends, thank you so much for partaking in tonight's event to mark the official opening of the Honorary Consulate of the Republic of Poland in Connecticut, and to welcome Ambassador Wilczek during his first visit to our state. Now, Mr. Ambassador, I wish we could have greeted you with better weather, but at least you will get to experience what New England weather is like. And I suppose it's best to save our weather blessings for the Little Poland Festival on April 30th. There are so many individuals I want to thank for helping me put tonight's event together that it will be impossible to name them all. But I do want to mention a few names. First and foremost, I want to thank Ambassador Wilczek for traveling to Connecticut and being with us to commemorate this occasion. I also want to thank the former ambassador, Mr. Richard Schnepp, and Consul Urszula Gacek for nominating me to serve as honorary consul. I want to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Poland and the United States State Department for putting their trust in me to fulfill the many responsibilities associated with this position. I want to thank the Polonia Paderewski Choir, members of the Howard Post and the Ladies Auxiliary, Mr. Shushan Pawasz, our Master of Ceremonies tonight, Ms. Ella Konferowicz, and the entire Polish-American community for extending such a warm welcome and showing me so much support as I assume this post. Last but not least, I want to thank my family who are here today and standing next to me for their support and encouragement. And I do need to mention three more very special individuals. Dolores Jordan, please stand up, and Peter Voloschuk, who have pushed me more than anyone else to pursue my dreams and my passion to serve the Polish-American community. And my dear friend Marilyn Purek, who first got me interested in politics and Polish-American affairs over a dozen years ago. Marilyn Purek was supposed to be with us today. Marilyn passed away on Monday, leaving behind a tremendous void on the Polish-American political arena and many, many heavy hearts. Please keep Marilyn and her family who are here today in your prayers. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored and humbled to stand before you as an honorary consul of the Republic of Poland for Connecticut. For someone who has worked on behalf of the Polish-American community and Polish-American affairs my entire adult life, assuming these responsibilities to me is a natural extension of my work. But I do have to tell you, just as I started to realize that I'm not all that young anymore, having been told that I'm the youngest person to assume the post of honorary consul in the United States and possibly the world, sure felt good. And while I would like to believe that I assumed this post with a wealth of experience, I do realize there is still so much for me to learn, and that I will rely on every one of you to fulfill my duties as consul. I am blessed to have met so many wonderful people here in Connecticut, and just so happy that all of you are here with us tonight. Now, most of the people in this room know me as publisher of the White Eagle. Some may know me as executive director of the Washington, D.C.-based American Polish Advisory Council, and probably a handful of you know me as a political activist and political consultant. Yes, it's true. I wear many hats and I like to keep busy, as most of you know. But in everything I have ever done, I have always been driven by a passion for my native Poland, a passion for the Polish-American community, and a very, very strong passion and desire to see the Polish community be more politically active and have a more amplified political voice. Now, I sometimes get asked the question of how is it possible that someone who came to the United States as a child, I was just 9 years old, and have such a deep connection to Poland and to the Polish community, when it would seem perhaps more natural that having grown up here and lived here my entire life, these connections would not have been as strong. Well, I attribute a lot of that to my parents and how I was brought up. But growing up, I realized something else. We immigrated from Poland in 1987. 30 years come this December. My brother and I were two of probably tens, if not hundreds, of children who left Poland with their parents in the late 80s and early 90s for the United States. That was, after all, the third big wave of Polish immigration to the United States of the 20th century. I vividly remember the day we left Poland and embarked on our journey to America. And like any children would, we wondered what our new school would look like, who our new friends would be, how we would ever learn to speak English, and what fantastic toys lined the shelves at local department stores. None of us probably wondered about what our generation will have to show for as the next generation of Polish Americans. But here we are today, 30 or some 20 or 25 years later. We are all grown up, and many of us have kids of our own. And in our very hands lies the preservation of Polish heritage, culture, and history in this great and diverse nation. We all go to churches and clubs built by our ancestors many decades ago. We get to celebrate Polish Constitution Day at the Connecticut State Capitol, and we get to partake in the NewBritanPFP Festival, which was started over 36 years ago. Our generation has reaped so many benefits of the hard labor and love for their ancestral homeland of the generations that came before us. That realization came to me early in my life and has been a driving force behind my work and my passion. But with that realization came also the question of what will be the legacy of my generation. Will we just bring our kids and grandkids to institutions that our grandparents built? How will we answer our very own children when they ask, what have you done to promote our Polish culture and heritage? Our generation, my generation, is in a better place to do more than any generation that came before us. The world is so much smaller today, and we as Polish Americans are better educated, more affluent, and more connected than ever before. We just have to realize that our generation needs to do its part. And my dream and goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to do just that, to motivate and inspire my generation to do more as Polish Americans for our community, for Poland, and for the American-Polish partnership. And that is why I am so grateful for having been blessed with another avenue in which I can pursue that dream. And that is in the capacity of your Honorary Consul of the Republic of Poland in Connecticut. Thank you.